FPL Game Week 27 Team Selection video. Hello and welcome to the Armband. I'm your host Chris and Kieran is here with me too as always. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right really. Like the midweek was a bit mixed, but I'm kind of looking forward to getting back to two back-to-back game weeks now because we've got 27 happening this weekend and then 28 I think starts on Tuesday.
Well, hopefully enough time for a turnaround in my fortunes, but probably not. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Talking of, do we want to have a quick recap about what happened in the second part of double game week 26 last night, the Arsenal game? Arsenal look like they're bottling it a little bit.
Yeah, so I ended on 51 points.
Mhm.
So Timber got 9 total as the triple captain, obviously concedes in both games. And
Mm,
of course, Gabriel was obviously the better choice. And he got an assist from open play, which basically never happens, which is
mm,
funny. Basically
yeah.
didn't get defcons either, which is annoying. Yeah, he got one, I think, in one of the games, but I triple captained the least scoring of the 3 Arsenal players I could have gone for. Could have gone for Rice, and he would have got better than
Yeah.
Gabriel. So, Mane with his 4 points is better than Ekatike, I guess. But
Yeah.
he's an extra one. I'm gonna have to remove the 31 thingy, so I would have been better off just not having him.
Mm.
But terrible outcome. 9 million game week rank in the end, down to, and then the overall rank has gone down to 2.7 million from 2.3. So it's a 400k red arrow on
On the
triple
triple captain.
captain.
Ugh.
Yeah, so
I felt
shocking.
like that wasn't that uncommon though. I saw quite a lot of people who did have red arrows this game week, even with like Gabriel captain. I feel like it was VVD, Palmer, Pedro, and
Mm-hmm.
SEMANYO. Like, if you had one of those, you probably had a green arrow this week, and if you
You
didn't,
had at least 2 of them,
then
didn't
these
you?
two of
So
them, yeah. But that's just because of their ownership. But you're right. I feel like the double game week itself was underwhelming. Like I said at the beginning of last week, it felt like it was underwhelming, and Arsenal absolutely proved that. I don't know what's gone on with their form a little bit. I mean, dropping 4 points in 2 games against teams they should be beating, and now I think that the way you can look at the table now is like the league, let's say, is in City's hand because if they win every game from now until the end of the season, because Arsenal go to the Etihad, then they will win the league. So it's almost like
which is
it's
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
From considering they had I think it was like an 8 or 9 point lead at one point, and the sort of the defensive solidarity had been like the backbone of their title charge, let's say this season, and especially the second goal last night with Raya and Gabriel mix up. It's just
The
a
first one you
shambles.
can't do much about. Like, it was a
No,
good,
it was a
really good
good
finish,
goal.
like a good goal. And anyone's conceding to that really. So there's
Mm,
not much you can do about that. But um, yeah, unfortunate. Back to the double defense. So maybe I might be looking to get rid of a Timber,
mm,
just because I need to get her out of 31 fixtures, and he's just been pretty bad
yeah.
overall. So God knows why I bloody triple captained him. But yeah, so he's looking like the one who's likely to go for some players that will probably VVD. Um, so I can get 31 players, and, and
Mm,
and yeah, I'm even benching him this week because I just don't believe that they'll keep a clean sheet against Tottenham. So you know, there's there's that.
yeah, yeah. All right. Well, let's get onto our teams then. Since you mentioned it, I'll bring up your team first. Actually, then. So you did. So as you've just said, you're benching Timber away
Yeah,
against Tottenham.
yeah. So Verbruggen in goal at the moment. It's debatable if I start Dubravka just for some save points because I don't trust Verbruggen to do
Mm,
anything against Brentford, that's for sure. And he barely ever gets saved. So I've started Dubravka over him a couple of times just to save points, and that's not really worked out either. So not sure at the moment there. And then yeah, Gabriel, Mukalele, and Chalobah. Like the look of that in the back line. Chalobah, hopefully clean sheet. I mean, at least one, please, from these run of fixtures would
mm,
be nice. Mukalele, good fixture against Fulham. And then Gabriel, yeah, just there because he's just not dropping him.
no.
Bruno, vice captain at the moment for Everton away. Rice is playing instead of Timber at the moment, just because he's been
Defcon.
good for Defcon.
Mm,
He's got an attacking return recently as well. Like, this could be a sort of game where he could sneak an attacking return as well. And then Saar against Wolves at home, not as good of a fixture as it looked a few weeks ago.
mm,
Wolves look better. Rogers leads at home, Enzo Burnley at home, and then HAALAND is captain at the moment. Still don't really have news, and we're probably not going to get news because they play 8 o'clock on
Yeah.
Saturday. So I don't really know what I'm going to do with them at this point.
I guess we'll have
Yeah,
a press conference tomorrow.
yeah, I guess yeah, we'll see for the news. Yeah, if he's out, then I don't know. To be honest, I'm not. I guess I'll just get Thiago in for him maybe, and just like maybe do another transfer and get Salah in. Not sure. But yeah, and then Ekitike against Forest. Hopefully he starts. Who knows with him at this point? Yeah, and Timber on the bench at the moment. Mane and Anderson, third bench right now. Might move him ahead of Mane. But yeah, I think the team actually looks pretty good on paper, assuming everyone starts. These good home fixtures I've got, and then the decent fixtures away for Bruno and Ekitike, I think is a good fixture because Forest is still all over the place. So, once again, my team looks fine on paper. I think I'm going to roll. Yeah, Timber out to VVD is something I could consider, and then possibly something with Haaland if he's out. Yeah, just because, I mean, I would like to get SEMANYO from like one of my mids, but I can't really afford it because he's up to 8 million now, and there's no one I reckon really down. I've got like 0 in the bank.
Oh, have you?
So it's like kind of impossible to get him at this point. Really, I could do Ekitike down to Thiago maybe and get someone up to him, but
Ekitike's good fixes are just starting now. I wonder if it now seems like I was just looking at the team up, and I was wondering if it's now a good time to get rid of Timber. Like you say, the fixtures for Arsenal perhaps aren't worth the double up necessarily. Timber's not been that great for DEFCON. Is there like a option where you could? I mean, I don't know how much money you got in the bank. Have you got 2 free transfers?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if there's an option where, I mean, this week's probably not the right week because you've got 3 nice midfielders playing each of the promoted sides. But yeah, I could see a world where you could downgrade Timber to some 4.5 million-ish player and maybe take Mane a bit closer to Thiago, maybe. I don't know if that would work.
Probably would, yeah. To be fair,
that would be quite nice. So yeah, that could be an option. But you're right. This week it's hard to fit anyone else in that starting 11 because it looks so strong.
I'm also thinking that I have 4 players blanking at the moment. No, is it how many is it? 1, 2, 3, 5 players blanking in 31. Actually, Haaland blanks as well, doesn't he?
Does, yeah.
So 6 players blanking in 31 right now. So I need these free transfers to be able to make transfers out for that as well. So I don't know if that using them now, I guess towards that wouldn't hurt, I suppose. So I guess if I use 2 now to get 2 players out the blank, 2 players that play who have good fixtures could be something I could do, I suppose.
Yeah.
So consider that.
Yeah, I think it's definitely worth looking at. I think that next week I was looking at getting rid of Rice for a Liverpool midfielder, but considering how good he was again across the double and just being reliable for DEFCON and getting an assist, which gave him like 2 bonus last night, there's no real surprise why he's like one of the top performing midfielders this season because of the DEFCONs, because it seems like when he hits it, especially in away games, he's likely to get bonus on top of that. So it becomes quite like an easy 7-8 point return for him some weeks.
Yeah, I was looking at him he was the one I was looking to get up to SEMANYO, but at the same time, like, I don't know, I quite like just him just ticking over. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I like it. All right, I'll share my team. We talked a little bit about captaincy. Like you say, I feel like we're still waiting a little bit on what Pep's going to say tomorrow. Obviously, if Haaland's fit, I think he'll be my captain. Like Newcastle have been pretty poor away from home. Like you, I've got the vice captaincy on Bruno. If Haaland is ruled out, I actually kind of fancy maybe a cheeky punt on SEMANYO this week, which could be quite nice. Maybe a bit more explosive than Bruno, maybe.
I'm really not sure where I'd go if I don't.
Yeah, it's tricky. Like I've got Pedro there, but I don't know if he's really like a captaincy option even against Burnley. So yeah, maybe SEMANYO or Bruno. So fingers crossed Haaland's back. But like we talked about the other day, it's not like he's been like pulling up trees recently. Like what was it, like 1 double-digit return in like the last 8 or 9 game weeks. So
yeah, I wonder if now is the time to just pull the trigger and take advantage of him possibly being out.
Yeah,
and just go somewhere else for a decent captaincy option. Maybe.
Yeah, well, especially with Palmer with Burnley, and then you could maybe switch to Salah from next week. Could be a way to do it. So
that could be fun,
yeah. So I'll wait to see. I've got 2 free transfers, but to be honest, I was looking at the team and just thinking at rolling. Like I've got the double Arsenal defence away against Spurs. I'd probably still stick with Raya over Dubravka. Chalobah Ballard at home. Like you've got Rodgers, Rice and Bruno, and then SEMANYO. And then up front, I've already got Thiago because I've had him for donkey's years. I don't think I haven't sold him since we bought him around the same time, which must have been about game week like 13 maybe. So
yeah,
it's been there a while. And now obviously they've got some good run of fixtures. And
I wonder if he's going to get back into form, possibly.
Yeah, we need him to a bit more because there's so much talk about Dango and Sharda being the options, and I think it's almost like people are looking for things to do. Like Rice has definitely been on the chopping block for I can see, despite the fact that he did well last night and he doesn't have a fixture in 31. So there is like an opportunity to go there, but I just don't know if I really fancy like double Brentford attack for 5 weeks. I think so.
No, probably not.
Yeah, my sort of plan for this week is roll captain HAALAND, and the next week when there's more of a fixture swing, when Liverpool are coming into a better run of fixtures, maybe reassess then, and I might just do something like Rice to Wirtz. But it'd be a shame to get rid of him because he has been like a really like steady, solid performer. So yeah, it might be someone else that goes like Rodgers maybe. I'll have a think.
Yeah, Rodgers I'm never confident that he's going to do much. To be honest. Even in good fixtures like this Leeds fixture, I think he's probably just going to blank as well.
Yeah,
to be honest.
well, I think because he hasn't got like the base of just having some defcon there to rescue him. Like he's got to rely on that attacking output, and it's not as if like Villa are like one of the top scorers in the league. And admittedly, he's got good fixtures now and a game in 31, so perhaps he's not like a definite sell. But yeah, I feel there's a lot of focus on Rice, who's been just performing really well all season, when Rodgers has been a bit underwhelming since I've had him, really.
Yeah, I think that Ryan guy at Bournemouth could be a decent punt as well. It's like 4, 9, and 6 since he's come in. He got a return in 22 minutes on his debut.
Yeah,
he got 9 and a goal scored against Villa, 6 points against Everton away with the goal scored, and played 90 minutes. So yeah, his next 4 is West Ham, Sunderland, Brentford, and Burnley, and then Man United home after that. So that's a decent chunk. It's not the best fixture, and obviously 31, but like the next 4. Great if you want to like save a little bit of money to be able to get up to a Salah or whatever. He seems like a great option.
Yeah, quite like that. Yeah, so there's definitely things to do. Like when I get to if I get to 3 free transfers next week, I can start to plan out a little bit, like sort of thinking about which players I'm going to remove. It's difficult though because Arsenal and City should still be good and they're going for the league, so getting rid of their players like a bit hastily or a bit early might backfire a little bit, but. Yeah, there's definitely a few players on the chopping block next week.
Yeah, I suppose Salah's not really going to be winning the league and really desperately going for goals and stuff, is he, compared to like HAALAND and team? I suppose.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And similar to Pedro, like Pedro's run of fixtures after this game week gets really rough, and he's definitely been a flat track bully. So I probably would get rid of him, but I don't really know which strikers I like because I've had STK like you have for so long, and he's been so underwhelming, and he's expensive. So, yeah, I might look and see if there's a cheaper option available elsewhere. But
yeah, not... maybe the Jimenez of the world we talked about last week on Tuesday, maybe for Fulham fixtures. Yeah,
tricky. All right, I don't think I've got too much else to say on this one.
Yeah, no, it seems like a fairly straightforward week.
Yeah,
to be honest. Yeah, let's hope we get news on HAALAND. I would like to roll if I can.
Hopefully all fingers crossed for that tomorrow. Cool. Yeah. All right, well, thanks everyone for joining us. If you enjoyed, please do hit that like and subscribe button, and we will be back next week sometime to try and do a quick preview before game week 28 rolls around as well. So, we will see you then.